Good evening, friends. Now we are discussing module number 4. So that is aggregate planning and master scheduling in operations management. So what is aggregate planning? So the name itself says that this planning concentrates on scheduling the overall production, personal and inventory levels. So during intermediate term planning, so considering the duration of time horizon of 3 to 12 months, so planning everything including production planning, so HR planning, so that is planning human resources and well, so both the raw materials and finished products storage. So aggregate plan. So it is acting as an interface between the strategic decision. So and the short-term scheduling. So aggregate plan comes in between. So that is acting as the bridge between the long-term planning and short-term scheduling. So this short-term scheduling is guiding firms' day-to-day operations, whereas the long-term decisions will last for 2 to 3 years. So aggregate planning is typically focusing on manipulating many aspects of operations like production, inventory, and HR the personnel levels, so that the cost will be minimized over some planning in the particular time duration, at the same time satisfying the demand and policy requirements. So in brief, the objectives of the aggregate planning is to develop the plans which are feasible and optimal. So what is the need of aggregate planning? So it minimizes the costs associated with the inventory stocking. So it reduces the investments so related to the various inventory, so that excess raw materials or finished goods storage will be avoided, so that investments will be reduced. So even stocking of inventory also leads to various types of costs. So by having the suitable aggregate planning on production, human resources and material storage, so the associated cost will be minimized. So that this aggregate planning will match the demand with the supply and minimize the waiting time for the customers, so that the customer service will be maximized, so that timely supply of finished goods will be made sure, instead of making the customers to wait for longer time. So proper utilization of the production facilities. So here, because of aggregate planning, so we are avoiding unnecessary production batches, so that we are properly utilizing whatever facilities we have with respect to the production. So the various types of equipments will be utilized to maximum extent. So there will not be much changes in the production rates as we have constant production with respect to the demand and supply, so that there will be not be too many changes in the rates of production. So it removes the variable cost and improves the financial statement, so that the business goals of the organization can be easily achieved. So aggregate planning will consist of production planning and capacity planning. So production planning indicates the what is the level of output. So by establishing a production batch, what will be the output level? So then capacity planning. So it keeps the capacity utilization at the desired level. So based on the present capacity of the plant, present capacity of the human resource, present capacity of the machines available, so we can plan our production. So what will be the decision? So there will be modification of demand for a product based on the supply or a modification of supply of a product based on the demand. So first, modification of demand. So demand will be modified in several ways. So the situations in which the demand needs to be increased so that the capacity whatever we have will be matched. So what situations in which we will alter the demand so that will meet the available capacity. So pricing. So here by changing the price so that will increase the demand. So in the periods when the demand is less than peak. So when the demand is less during a non-peak period, so will reduce the price tag. For example, matinee prices for movie theaters when there are less number of customers. So matinee prices can be reduced. Half season rates for the hotels, weekend rates for telephone service. So pricing for items that experience the seasonal demand. So when the demand is changing depending on the season. For example, there is a decrease in the demand for ice cream during a winter period. So we can adjust the price accordingly so that the demand can be increased. So then promotion. To increase the demand for our product, suitable advertisement, direct marketing and other forms of promotion can be used to shift the demand to a higher level. Then back ordering. So by postponing the delivery on the current orders, so the demand is shifted to the period when the capacity is not fully utilized. So this is really just a form of smoothing the demand. So instead of losing the customers, so that we can postpone our delivery dates on the current orders. So the service orders are able to smooth demand by taking the reservations or by taking they are avoiding walk-in customers. So regular customers will not be allowed to wait for longer period. So some refer to this will be taken as partitioning demand. Thank you.